Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got another beer review for you, and it is a review of this. Now, let's talk Magic Rock. They're a funny old company, Magic Rock, with a funny old reputation in recent years. They were bought out in around about 2019, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, by Lion. Now, Lion have a bit, there's some suspicions about Lion by some, which kind of discredits their whole brand, and unfortunately, it discredited Magic Rock. Everybody knows that when Lion bought Magic Rock, they went downhill. I had a couple of Magic Rock beers 4 or 5 years ago that were pretty decent. I will say that they were really, really good. I always have Magic Rock in my head as really good. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those brands, and it kind of sticks around with a few other brands as well for me nowadays. Then I saw Magic Rock land in the supermarket about 3 years ago, maybe more, 4 years ago. That's when I saw them land. Since then, they've done that High Wire Tropical, High Wire Grapefruit. They've done, what's the other one? There's like another they've done a lychee one, didn't they? A lychee IPA and all the rest of it. They were going down, in my opinion, the same route as Brewdog. It was big company, big money came in at the top, and all they wanted was sales, and to achieve, well, sales and profit. To achieve those sales and to achieve that profit, they had to brew beer for the masses. And unfortunately, Lion sacrificed Magic Rock as a brand to do that, which is fine for business. I totally understand that. As a craft beer drinker, it disappointed me. Fast forward to Brew London. I'll tell you what, I'll come on to that in a minute. Because it's probably quite important. So yeah, today we have a Dark Arts Stout. It's a surreal stout at 6%. This came out of, I want to say Waitrose. It's in a 440 can. I believe it was around about 350, I think, this particular beer. But yeah, I thought, you know what, Magic Rock and Dark Arts, which I'll come to in a minute. Dark Arts Stout, I'm going to buy it. Yeah, let's talk about Magic Rock in a second, because there's quite a lot to talk about here. Whoa, look at that big smoky can opening. Let's get it in this Lord Sleeper glass. So yeah, Magic Rock in recent times obviously were owned by Lion, taken over in 2019. Nowadays, they're owned by the guy that co-founded Utopian. I think he's got his hand, or he's got his fingers in a lot of other pies as well in terms of the drinks industry. But yeah, it isn't. Magic Rock is no longer, for some, a dirty word. They're now owned by, don't get me wrong, he's obviously got a big company. He's got Utopian, they're big, and he's got his fingers in other pies, and he also owns Magic Rock. So it's not a small company, but it's now owned by maybe a more reputable person or company. But yeah. So Magic Rock, I used to get Magic Rock beers away from the channel because I know it used to wind people up, and I'm not in the business of doing that. But yeah, they're sold now. It happened in August. I'm now filming this at the middle of September. So yeah, we should be good now, shouldn't we? So yeah, Dark Arts then. Let's get an aroma. Slight hint of coffee, slight hint of chocolate. So it's almost like there's almost like a treacle in there for me. But these are really, really faint flavours. These aren't like big whack in your face flavours. I don't know if it's the head. The head's probably doing that a little bit. Bitter chocolate now I'm getting. And bitter coffee, but I am still getting that treacle. Yeah. I mean, let's go in for it. Well, no, I'll tell you what have we got? I haven't done this yet. We've got a jet black beer. There's a little bit of light bleeding through. 2.5 finger, slightly off-white browny head. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. The beer looks quite sort of viscous. It looks quite loose in the glass. It doesn't look thick. But yeah, let's go in. Cheers, everybody. that is pretty damn good. Oh, lovely dark fruit at the back. I'm going to say it's a regular stout, so get ready because you've heard this a million times before. It's got your coffee, it's bitter chocolate. There is a kind of caramelly, treacly sweetness in there as well that hits you right at the front. The mouthfeel, it is soft. I wasn't, well, soft for the way it came out the can, I'll say that. I wasn't expecting much of a mouthfeel when you look at it in the glass. Mind you, it does look quite creamy on camera, but maybe not so much for me. But it's a lot softer than it appears, which was quite a pleasant thing actually. There's a sweet, there is a sweet kind of, I don't want to say lactose, but there is a sweet thing with that mouthfeel in the middle. And it's a lovely, lovely dark fruit raisin. It's like a lovely raisiny ending, sweet raisiny ending at the back. Yeah. That's nothing more than a really, really good stout. Like I say, I think I say it all the time. When I'm kind of getting to that point now where I haven't had a stout in a long time because I stayed away from a lot of stouts because they're all caramel, pastry, peanut butter, blah 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 blah. And I'm kind of getting to that point with craft beer. I've got a bit of hop fatigue. I'm kind of looking towards lagers and some lightly hot pales now. So it's always good to come back and just have a bloody good old stout. Sorry guys, camera died as per usual. It gets too hot in this room. It is blooming hot in this room. You probably see the sweat on me. But yeah, like I was saying, this beer isn't trying to be anything that it's not. It's just a good straight up stout. All the flavours are from the malt. I just can't knock it. I really, really can't. It just coats the mouth with flavour. Just coats the mouth with flavour. That's really, really good. Let's have a look at the can then. Obviously, Dark Art Surreal Stout. Brewed in Canada, UK, contains oats and barley. That's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot on the can. They don't even list the ingredients, which you know, I don't need to keep repeating myself. You know I get a little bit annoyed with. So, the reason I gave this a go, because, well, before the kind of takeover, the recent takeover from that guy from Utopian, I was at Brew London a couple of months ago now, I believe it was May, and I was helping John out on the Lord's Bar, plus sort of just milling around with Paul and John and Abby and Lydia and all the crew from Lord's Brewing Company and people that knock about. And Magic Rock were there. Their bar was pretty steadily busy. Really impressive bar. But I did see, I think it was called Dark Arts, but I believe it was their Imperial version. And I just kind of went up to them and said, like, it was between sessions. So when I had a trade pass, it was kind of there. You can probably see it says, oh, there you go. Now they've fallen down, I'll show it to you. Trade. So you've got access between the sessions, and kind of what you see is a lot of people milling around tasting beers. And I just went up to Magic Rock and said, "Can I please try your Imperial Stout?" Because I thought if Magic Rock, a lot of these big brewers, their day-to-day stuff like Brewdog, Tiny Rebel, Magic Rock are in there as well, and a lot of others. Their day-to-day stuff that you see as a consumer normally is pretty box standard, like below par normally for a true craft beer drinker. But they normally nail their big stuff. So Tiny Rebel, their anniversary stout was amazing. Some of the Brewdog stuff, their kind of higher up stuff that you just don't see really very often, that's only sold on the Brewdog website, is actually quite good. So I was intrigued, and I tried the Dark Arts Imperial Stout, and it was blooming lovely. And it kind of reminded me yet again that these big brewers can do it. These big brewers often let their brewing teams that want to produce the best beer that they can possibly produce, they often let them loose on the kit, and what they produce is really, really good. And yeah, Magic Rock was the same. I tasted it, I was like, blooming heck, Magic Rock, all this high wire tropical grapefruit lychee IPA rubbish that you see, it's a poles apart. So when I saw this on the shelf and it wasn't expensive, I thought, you know what, sod it, I'm doing it. And since I bought it, they've been bought out. So that's just another bit. That's just another thing. But yeah, this is kind of the beer that I was hoping it was going to be. It's just a straight up 6% stout, no airs and graces, all the flavours from the malt. I just can't knock it. It's not the softest thing in the mouth, but it is softer than the beer suggested to me initially. But yeah, it's really quite good. No hint of that 6%, which is lovely. Yeah. Are Magic Rock back? Who knows? Let's see over the next 6 months. But this beer is lovely. The 6% stouts go for $3.50 round, give or take, on that price. You're not really going to be looking to get bigger than this. If you're a real sweet tooth fan, if you buy, for instance, the Vocation Brew York Sweet Temptation out of Morrison's or the Brewdog Layer Cake, this might not be for you. But if you're a straight up stout drinker, this has got your name on it and it's in Waitrose for, like I say, around about £3.50. Like I say, it's really, really good, especially for £3.50. I'm going to give that a 4.5 out of 5 on the Craft Beer Hub. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Get in the comments, let me know if you've had this beer. This dark art seems to be a range that they do. I've really enjoyed this, and it's great to hear that they've been bought out, and now they're owned by some reputable people again. People out of controversy, should I say. Get in the comments, let me know if you've had this beer, and let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you will. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.